my child. In these difficult moments, find solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
Here we are. Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut. You get the VTOL ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor. 1K, please head over to the Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
The world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the founder's trials, and you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
Hey.
Founder bless you.
1K, welcome back to this. As you can tell, I decided to take... It started with our... Damien and I have had a lot of them over the decades. And that got me thinking. What's life to fear, pain, and in the end, involuntary cessation? That's horrifying, horrifying. And we are the only... Yes, carefully, and that's what creating struck. But this time we include... We use our intelligence to get rid of for all living. do that. It's more than but that might be...
Attention all citizens. The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the Founder be with you.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or... I've uploaded my... Does anything... Oh, you don't... Well, let me... Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it? That one comes with the following. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not... But I can switch yours on for 10... As you wish. I'm uploading the... Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like... There's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it? That's going to be a little awkward. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half. It'll mostly run in the back. Just don't think about...
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps? A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sound. It's 10 credits. Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam. Nothing as in you're not impressed by, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your... Okay, phew. I'll let you in. You and I don't have fleshy appendages. What we can sense is mostly a function of... Anyway, I hope you find... So, something else... For 20 credits, I can pay... Let me consult... Oh dear. I'm afraid you're going to... You will have a choice, but New Jerusalem... I'm sorry it's not... Best not to worry. You just do... So... I can give you that... My darling, you've been alive all of... This is... Be who you want. Enjoy it. So, something else... Whoa. Inner peace. Come back when you... So, something else perhaps. Before you go, do you have a moment? Are you... Yes. You are... Words manifest when you name something, our mind and the right sequence of language. With that in mind, I hope you have... Please come back if you...
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
assume... I must admit, sorry, been a little... Oh, that's... well, they were very close. After she disappeared, he went away on a research. To be honest, everyone, many of the first companions, particularly, but... That's the thing. I wanted to, but he wasn't, so I came here. He seems to... No, the truth is that he was always at his working. I asked him what he was doing. I did, and I messaged him. He doesn't seem to be... I suppose so. It seems it is just... Good luck with everything.
Dude, you're back from the island! I'm so glad you're okay, dude. Especially after what happened to Byron. Lately, a lot of folks have been saying, maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and... Don't know what will happen. Yeah, I come here all... He's a wise... I've asked him a lot of dumb...
So this is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
Hey.
Hello again, 1K. These are strange... It seems to me that we're trying to act... It's hard to but perhaps... Have a nice day. Founder bless you, 1K. Now is the deceiver Byron has been slain, and we must turn away from the path of... Because he wants to violate blacken the sky. The tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget...
Hello. We must listen to the wisdom of the ancient writers, or we will fail the Founder's trial. The megastructure must be rejected. You are the founder, but you aren't. He might, if you fail this trial. Anyone can see the... Have you not read the books of... In every... That the pursuit of... That is what... Listen to their warning. And... misleading fantasies. That work has been... I have no interest in arguing with... I bid you...
Could you join us for a quick debrief? Attending today are advisors from Engineering, the Archive Scholars, and... Helga.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just an admirer of governmental transparency.
Yes, well... While the mayor is briefed by Alcatraz, he's asked us... Byron's loss has unsettled us all. It may be too dangerous to allow this
I agree. We cannot be guided by fear. We must...
Let's not forget the dam's fault. We can't depend on... With just a fraction of the power that island can generate, we could grow this city into a planetary society.
Or, quite possibly, destroy ourselves in the process.
Wise words. Yet I submit that island...
What could be more important?
The Somnodrome, of course. If we could find a working model, it would herald a sea change in our moral... The question of how we should build New Jerusalem would...
The Somnodrome was supposed to let us interact with our own subconscious code. It's a cool idea, but it wouldn't...
My own studies prove that we operate on an intrinsic moral logic. It's what makes us human. But our access... Our ancestors created art, philosophy, and the Somnodrome would help us to... We would finally have an answer.
So, of judging who's good and who's bad?
We're fortunate 1K preserved the Somnodrome for our study. Initial data suggests it was a... But there may be a working device elsewhere on the island.
Then the question is, what would 1K do if they found it?
No! This is much too important to decide on a whim.
But it's so much more fun. You all sound so sure of what's best. Do you ever think you might be so busy you'll forget how to see that it's perfect?
So clearly there are different perspectives in the room. The only way we are... 1K, I believe Alcatraz will be keeping an eye on...
What can I do for you? They all sound... Apparently, it's... But what is the... There's always... I agree. We can't just leave one... It's always a pleasure to speak.
What did the mayor say?
I convinced him that we need to keep going until we found Byron.
Did he want us to leave him behind?
No, he's just concerned for our safety. And he's right to be. but we're going back anyway.
Great trials lie ahead of you, my child, but your choices will determine the future.
Melville, are you receiving?
Yep. Welcome back to the mysterious island, everyone.
How's the situation?
Whatever Byron did seems to have sent the whole system into some kind of lockdown. I can't access any of the terminals, although I suspect 1K still could.
Why would that be the case?
When 1K connected to the data stream, the system assigned him a user profile. The rest of us are locked out, which means I'll need your help, 1K, because a lot of stuff doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Check it out and see what you can fix. But please remember, what matters most is finding Byron.
I'm sending you a little software upgrade I put together that should allow you to detect which files will lead to a data stream overload. Unfortunately, I'm not doing this to help you avoid them. In fact, I'm going to need you to search for more. I'm sorry about that, but if we're going to unlock all the systems that aren't responding, you'll have to connect to the data stream, possibly more than once. It's the only way for me to get access. In this area, there seems to be a problem with the machine that makes the Tetromino bridges. That means you can solve the puzzles, but you can't activate the tower. Look for a lab that lets you connect to the data stream.
I already found it. I'll send you the coordinates.
One day, undoubtedly, an expedition will pass by this island. It will seek to document facts and statistics, to enumerate reasons for us not to look more closely. That is what we do now. We seek facts rather than truth. Because truth might frighten and unsettle the comfortable people who like to sit in their conference rooms and debate which corners we should cut today. These people like to imagine the chaos that could come one day, like a comforting fairy tale of distant darkness. But they do not see the chaos that is at our walls right now. The chaos that also lives within us. A force that is both necessary and appalling.
Did something break? No, I suspect Bob and his presence in tires and everything that... He taught me a lot. Nowadays, he was closely... When he encountered, he'd always remain and keep working at... I wish I could be that. If I had to, I'd say so that Cornelius, he was always looking for material.
couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city, just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures are overgrown? It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know if it happened while the structure was still operational or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way. And history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.